My name's Kim Grizzle, and I'm the CEO at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harrison Crawford counties.
And I'm Colleen Johnson. I'm the Director of Resource Development. At the Boys and Girls Club, it's our mission to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens.
And we accomplish this by providing safe and fun places for our youth to stay in their out-of-school time hours. That's what most of our sites do. We have sites, freestanding site at Cordon for our Harrison County site. We have school-based sites at Heath Washington Elementary and South Central Elementary, and we have a freestanding site in Crawford County, and it actually has a licensed daycare in it as well. So there, we not only serve 5 to 18-year-olds, but also go all the way down to 6-week-olds with a licensed daycare, which was a huge need in that community. And the programming is really key to what we offer at the Boys and Girls Club. And so our real hope is just that the youth that we serve are a little better when they walk out the door than they were when they came into us. And so we do that by offering prevention programs and health and wellness programs, character development, recreation, STEM activities, homework help, academic enrichment. And so all these things are so important in creating the rounded youth that we want to see grow into adulthood. Here at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harrison Crawford counties, our volunteers are imperative to the work that we do. Our board of directors spend countless hours throughout the year helping us raise funds, put on programming, put on resource development events to ensure that we can operate in the current capacity that we do here at the clubs. And so we are always looking for new board members. We have several slots open, and we have other opportunities to volunteer as well. We have a mentoring program. We have an AmeriCorps program that people can actually come in and volunteer through that to actually work for us for the entire year or volunteer for us for the entire year while receiving a living stipend, which is a really cool opportunity as well.
Here at the Boys and Girls Club of Harrison and Crawford counties, because I understand how vital the services that the club provide are to the community. I myself am from Crawford County, and I know a lot of parents that work outside of the community and have to travel, and it is important for them to have a safe place for their kids to go before school, after school, during school breaks, and even in the summertime. So that's the main reason I chose to volunteer at the club, is just because I know how important the services that are provided are to the working parents of the community.
But the reason that the Boys and Girls Club is an interest of mine actually goes back to my time in Evansville, when I was actually on the board of the Boys and Girls Club of Evansville, and could see all the good work that they did at that time. And that's been 12, 13 years ago. So whenever I moved from Evansville over to Louisville with my banking career, I was involved in a number of different philanthropic organizations. But when I left that and came to Harding, I gave up a lot of the organizations that I had been involved with over the years and was looking for something of interest to donate my time to. And the Boys and Girls Club of Harrison and Crawford County was something that had great appeal and great interest because it's where I grew up. And not only it was where I grew up, but the facility that's in Crawford County is actually the former school where I went as a kid, 2 doors from where I grew up. And there was great need that was there, certainly around daycare for youngsters that were growing up in that area where it's very much underserved. And it was an opportunity for me to go see the club in action. And so I was able to take a visit and see the fantastic work that's being done in the daycare. And so many young kids of all walks that are there that if that was not provided by the Boys and Girls Club would not be provided by any other organization. As we all know, during COVID crisis, many independent daycares couldn't continue. and it left a tremendous void in all communities, but particularly so in underserved rural areas like where I grew up. And the opportunity to serve on the board and to add some value and to be encouraged so by our firm at Harding and Szymanski to do so, it's enabled me to give back in a way that's very meaningful for myself and my family. It's something that's rewarding and also very needed, both in Harrison and Crawford County.
I would say the most impactful thing that has happened since I've been on the board is going to sound a little cliche, and it's more so due to COVID. When a lot of the daycares in the area were closing, the Boys and Girls Club stepped up and opened up our doors and allowed kids to come all day long, as opposed to just before school and after school. They were there all day long. They were doing school kind of remotely and doing just homework help and just being available a lot longer during the day than what we typically would have. And if you happen to go into the club at any moment in time, it's just great to see the kids playing, learning, building relationships with other kids, mentors, and just their staff that are in the rooms with them. You can see that they all care for each other and care for one another and want the best for everybody that's involved.
Yes, recently I was able again to take a look at the daycare where we were and to see the impact that it was having, even more great than what I had even in imagined. My initial connection was able to go over during the day and see it in full operation and everything that goes on, from the little cribs and the volunteers and the staff and the amount of work that goes on. It just reinforced my original commitment to that particular part of what the Boys and Girls Club does every day. And make no mistake, the Boys and Girls Club goes way beyond one or two things to reach a lot of those that are underserved. But the daycare and the impact that had on me when I was able to recently tour in a more meaningful way was very impactful to me and reinforced my commitment.